and pay for it, and also if you can pay for my trip to go back to my country, to my Igbo tribe. My name is Chuks Igboland. Currently, I live in the United States of America. I live with my mother and two younger siblings. My father passed away 10 years ago. The reason I'm contacting you gals is to see if you can seek for me a shaman and pay for it, and also if you can pay for my trip to go back to my country, to my Igbo tribe. My name is Chuks Igboland. Currently, I live in the United States of America. I live with my mother and two younger siblings. My father passed away 10 years ago. The reason I'm contacting you gals is to see if you can seek for me a shaman and pay for it, and also if you can pay for my trip to go back to my country, to my Igbo tribe. My name is Chuks Igboland. Currently, I live in the United States of America. I live with my mother and two younger siblings. My father passed away 10 years ago. The reason I'm contacting you gals is to see if you can seek for me a shaman and pay for it, and also if you can pay for my trip to go back to my country, to my Igbo tribe.
Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1, and we're back again on Matters Arising. We had some interruption, and we had to sort it out and come back live again. Today is a special edition on Matters Arising, as we'll be having a brother all the way from America who wants to share his story and seek for your assistance through advice and otherwise. Because the story he told me, since he called me, contacted me about it several months ago, I think in May, telling me about the story and keep persuading and keep persuading and keep persuading. I have to give it a second thought to listen deeply, because this is a matter of life and death. And that is why it is important, when you are hearing and watching this video, you can share this video to people who might have solution to what he is bringing live on the program today. But before then, I want you to first of all listen to the video clip he sent me about that, I think in May, when he told me a brief about what he wanted to talk about, and the assistance he's looking out for, because he believed on this platform that it would be a viable place to reach out to our people, because he is true son of Ndigbo. But his story will be better heard and understood from him. Before I bring him on, don't forget that this is a live program. You can call in when the lines are open after you've heard his story. You can ask him any question, and you can bring solution to the table. What is happening in this young man's life is extremely important, because I don't want to be the only one that will hear this. I want the entire public. He wants to reach out to as many people as possible. You can learn from it as well, and you can also lend your own assistance to him. So let us quickly get to that. The video he sent to me a couple of months ago, where he briefly summarized what he's about to share with you. So you stick around there and be sharing this video as you're watching it, either from our Facebook or Instagram or our backup YouTube channel, BVI Channel 1 Plus. Anywhere you're watching from on this main channel, please keep sharing it wherever you get it, because help might come through you. All right, let us listen to his story briefly. Then when I come, I will bring him live here to speak to your hearing, so that you will see him and also hear him. Maybe you may understand better than I do. All right, let us get to it. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
To my Igbo tribe, my name is Chuks Igboland. Currently, I live in the United States of America. I live with my mother and two younger siblings. There's 8 kids in the family. My father passed away 10 years ago. The reason I'm contacting you gals and guys is to see if you can seek for me a shaman and pay for it, and also if you can pay for my trip to go back to my country. The issue is this: I'm dealing with a demigod named Mr. Oscar Ernest Bonhart that called himself the Holy Ghost based on Christianity. He's he's renamed himself a Jupiter. I worked for him back in 2008 and 2021. I was supposed to bring Judgment Day, and that failed. The mission failed. Since then, since 2008, he has been doing evil behavior to me, which I can, some of the stuff I can't state here on this video. He was a prophet when he was alive. He died during World War II. And when he completed his purpose, our divine creator made him ruler or judger of mankind. He governs all religions, including Christianity domination.
All right, that is it from that line. So that's a kind of a brief of what this young man is going through. Now, quickly, let us bring him live on the program. I think he's already seated there. Chukwuemeka, can you hear me? I hope your mic is not muted. Let's try and see if we can get him back. Are you there? Okay. I believe, all right, I think I can hear you right now.
I'm calling from the United States of America. My situation is kind of strange. It started in 2008 when I
Well, let
was
me,
called on by.
Chukwuemeka, hang on. Before you delve into your story, I got to, for clarity of purpose and also for the benefit of those who are watching or might come across your video, I need to ask you a couple of questions so that people will understand where you're coming from and where you're heading to. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes.
All right. Now, Chukwuemeka, to start with, um, how old are you, please?
I'm 42 years old.
You're 42 years old. Wow. Wow. Okay. Um, now, whereabout? Tell us a brief about yourself, your upbringing, your family, where you come from in Igboland.
Okay. My father is from. I got this from my. Excuse me. I'm trying to put my head together. It's attacking my brain. I put some notes down here so I can remember. Um, it can prevent phone calls from going through. It can influence a person's mind when communicating to that person, where uh that person will not be himself. He will be like a total different person. Um, what else? What else am I missing? He can enter in your dream. He can put stuff in your dream. He put perverted, sexual, explicit stuff in my dream from from time from that time onward, ever since 2008 when the mission failed. Um, and then what else? I think um, basically this guy has too much power. He has too much power that's given to him. Um, Overseas, I was told by my father because my dad was a member of his organization. His name of his organization is called the Grail Movement. It's located. It was located in Germany, but it moved to Austria. I don't know if I'm pronouncing right. Austria. Um, he has members that I found out later. Well, my dad passed away 10 years ago, but I found out after when my dad passed away that there was a secret ritual that that individual has to go through to be a member of his organization. Um, um, what else am I missing? I'm sorry, my head is they're attacking my brain. They don't want me to give you. He don't want me to give you the information so that you know what he is all about, who he represents. Oh, I forgot to mention. He's the secret grail. If you watch the movie Indiana Jones, where Indiana was trying to get the secret grail, he is the secret grail. This guy has he can give everlasting life. Um, um, what else? I'm trying to think of what else am I missing? Um, he um, I
Okay.
apologize. He's attacking my brain.
All right. Okay. I think we've grasped. No, I just wanted you to explain further and explain further so that those who are watching could actually have a first-hand glance of what my conversation with you had been over the years, over the months that you've contacted me, and from everything you've said, is basically you being spiritually attacked. If I am not getting it wrong, you can point me back. You know, from what you said, you've been
Yes.
spiritually been attacked, and because your father
Right.
was a member of that cult group, because it's a cult organization, it's like a secret society organization which your father belonged to,
Right.
and now wanted you to be part of it.
Right.
Is that what you said?
Right. Yeah.
And
My
actually,
mom, my
okay,
siblings.
okay, go
Go
on.
ahead.
No, go on.
No, my mom and my siblings was raised by this cult, this this church, this religion cult leader. We grew up through my dad's teaching by through Mr. Bonhart's. Um, Another thing I want to mention that there's a book that Bonhart written called "In Light of the Truth: The Grail Message" by Jubashim. Like I told you before, he called himself a Jubashim. That's his reincarnation name. He governs all religion, including Islam, Hindu, psychology, all the religion, all the main religion. He governs that. He teaches us that you can be of any religion as long that you believe in Jesus Christ, you'll be saved. That's through his teaching, through his his work, Bohan's work. So this is overall about who he is and what this guy is all about.
Okay, the guy the guy in question is a physical human being you have physical interaction with, or a kind of a religious leader who has his own doctrine, or ultimately a secret society which you have to take an oath to belong to, because you mentioned at some point that they want to take your soul and that you have a mission that failed. You know, all of those things. Sometimes sound psychological, and I heard you say that you went for a psychological hospital to be treated or being handled,
Right.
and up to you now they are still, tormenting you both physically and spiritually. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. It's all the guy was a living person back during I believe World War I, and he died during World War II. I he doesn't at
physically, touch me, or in human form. He used supernatural spiritual means. So he can change my face, he can change my 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 looks. Um he can change the looks on a photo. He did that with my pictures. He changed the looks on my photo. He can even change like a particular object in front of you. He can alter it. This guy he's the real deal. He has he has power. He has some serious power. I witnessed his powers for the last 16 years, the last past 16 years. The last before that, I was like I was saying, I was caught up into trying to fix my infection that I was going through, and it led me to go into the crusade of bringing during Judgment Day in the year of 2008, and that's when it failed. And when it failed, all hell broke loose. He kept on picking on me, kept on agitating me, kept on putting me back in and out of the hospital. He kept on doing what he had, doing the things to tear me down. Um, Now I'm trying to fight back. Um, I was told by my sister that I need to see a shaman or a spiritual healer. Um, that spiritual healer will be able to um, block him or shield him from sending attacks to me. Um, I was also what else? I also need means to go back home. I need to go back home to my country because of I've been gang stalking. You can look up gang stalking. Gang stalking is where a group or a city dwellers will pursue a particular person and target that person to such a degree where they will strip them from getting a living, a wages or a job, or uh, get some type of loan or whatever to live to support himself. Um, to a point that that person will commit
So
a crime or commit
that's what they're
suicide.
doing to you
That's
right now to frustrate you. That's what they are doing to you to frustrate you
yeah.
to
Oh,
get you to commit suicide. You ever contemplate committing suicide?
right. It's a couple of times, once or twice. It was too much. I was dealing with too much issues with bone heart and my living status where I was living. Like I said, my dad passed away 10 years ago. My mom, she's not too really trying to see me get well. Um, my siblings, they kind of they kind of iffy. They kind of like they're not too serious to see me get well. They're not trying. I talk to them. My siblings, they kind of like, well, whenever they feel like it. So I'm just pursuing my people to see if 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 any of you individuals can support. I want to go back home. I need means of traveling back home. I want to resign back home. I also need assistance in a shaman or spiritual healer to correct what needs to be correct with this demon god that call himself a Messiah, like Jesus, or the Holy Ghost, if you want to call him, like as that. So
All
that's
right.
the overall about my background.
Okay, all right. I think we've gotten exactly what the situation is like for you, and the story. We want to keep it brief. And for those of you who are just joining us, he's an Igbo son, born and brought up in America. He had a kind of spiritual attack as a result of his encounter with a religious sect, or you might call it, or a secret society religious sect who are after him and troubling his life. Um, but before I make a mistake, does your mom or your other siblings also going through the same experience as you do? Because you made mention that they were also were they also part of the sect, or just you was introduced into that sect by your father?
No, they all were part of this sect. My siblings are
Okay,
not
they
going
are
through
all
this.
they are all
My
part of
mom
the
is not.
sect. They are all part of the sect.
It all part of the sect. They got introduced to the work, the teaching through my father, my mom, and my siblings and me. So they're not going through what I'm going through. I figured out that there was a soul contract that was probably made between me and him before I was born. Because it's dealing with past life. It's so much going on